Welcome to episode 21, the finale of Blades in the Dark.
Or is it? We could.
It's
Maybe.
almost definitely the finale. I already put that on the label for the stream.
See, now
You got a lot to live up to.
We're gonna flip the script and.
I would say no pressure, but you guys are already under a lot of pressure.
We're just gonna replay the same 3 months of in-game time as a different crew now.
Yeah,
So
I'd like to flash back to my unknown brother-in-law that I discovered during the year thing, and we're gonna play as him. We're gonna play as just some smugglers.
Good luck keeping it all canon.
Really,
We'll
this is
do a
where we
better
find
job
out
than
this
Disney.
is
Oh.
this is where we find out this is actually 30 years in the future from where our characters were, and we're all the kids of our characers, but we look exactly like them.
Of course you do. It's It's like the ending of Full Metal Alchemist, the original one. The anime adaptation that had a different ending, where Alphonse grew up to be exactly like Edward.
That was super bizarre, especially when you didn't realize which one was from which, and you're just trying to finish it on Netflix or on the
Oh
internet
yeah,
or something.
oh yeah.
It's just like I wasn't sure which one it was.
One of them has a lot more blood than the other, and given the literal sea of blood that one of them has, the other one has more blood.
Yeah. It's because there's 3 versions. There's the subbed, there's the dubbed, and then there's the Americanized dub.
Oh, I didn't know they redubbed the old one, the original.
I'm pretty sure there's a dubbed version of the original. I'm not 100%. Either way, it's there should only be one. There should be one storyline.
Yeah, but still a good game. What am I doing? I need to put away Pokemon. Hold on, I caught a Pokemon. And I'm still live, and I'm playing Pokemon. I'm playing the new expansion. It's good. I'm saving now. No, wait, my Ivysaur's evolving. Give me a minute. I wonder what it'll evolve into. I must actually say about Pokemon, I only started playing it last night, but it is difficult now. They added sort of a I know, right? They added. So in the normal max raid battles, it was you and 3 others, either NPCs or other players, will work together to catch a Pokemon. It was very grindy because the Pokemon would put up like shields that would absorb hits without taking damage every so often. It wasn't that hard, except in terms of numbers. In this new expansion, the last one, I think, the Crown Tundra, they added what's almost like a continuous raid thing. You don't use your own Pokemon. You basically select from randomly generated Pokemon to use. Each person has one. You travel to the legendary Pokemon at the end by going through 3 other battles beforehand. When you beat, and those are also those raid battles, without the shields, without the grindingness, it's much easier, but it's still pretty tough because they hit hard back. And if you kill one of those, you choose your pass and choose the Pokemon. They're obscured, but they're not that hard to tell which is which. And they give you one of the types, but out of the usual multi-type. If you kill it, one of the party of the 4 players or NPCs can choose to switch their Pokemon and their Pokemon's health, because it doesn't go back up, to the new one at full health. In addition, your health never goes up unless you find berries along the path. And if across the entire journey there are 4 faints, you lose completely. It's like a mini roguelike for catching a legendary Pokemon. And then you have to restart with new Pokemon. It's really good, honestly. It's like, this is tough.
That you don't use your own. Like,
yeah,
that is fair.
All that work into mine.
That's kind of the whole point of Pokemon too, is that like you catch your own Pokemon and you trade them, and they're your best friends. But when you go on this big special adventure, no, you get one from the shop.
That is fair, but you get to keep either the legendary.
It's got low mileage.
Yeah, but you also get to keep one of the ones from the shop if you want to.
But still, it's just like you go on vacation without your best friend. And
listen, you're pulling an Ash Ketchum. He makes so many friends, and then he leaves them every year. He just can't commit to friendships.
Pikachu's always there.
Except for Pikachu, that's true.
Just, gaslights the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Spiro. I only needed you for like a season.
It's like, what do you expect? You're no Pikachu.
Yep.
You're not level 70.
This Butterfree probably died because it's been so long and so many years. I doubt that the life cycle of a butterfly is that long.
No. I forgot about the other exciting thing. My proofs came in the mail.
Yes, I saw that.
Ooh.
Looks great.
Yes. There's a
Nice.
couple problems, like I messed the gutter up real bad.
Mm.
That's why I made a proof.
Yep, that's what proofs are for. Finding those.
I don't know how I messed it up this bad, but it's real bad.
Yep. I did some print. I do some graphic design and printing for some of my work, and at one point, I was making a brochure for a client, and I sent him the thing, and it was fine. And then the proof had many of the icons used in the brochure just missing, even though I checked, and the one I sent him was there. But the one I approved, which was like his rendering of it, they were missing there, and I didn't realize it, and I approved it. And I was like, oh. No.
Yeah, and then you paid.
And I had to pay for a reprint, and it was, yeah.
That's terrible.
It wasn't. Luckily, it wasn't that many at the time. It was like 150 prints.
So is that sort of like an issue where he just opened it and didn't have the right font?
I don't
like that?
know. They don't know either. They just did it again, and it worked fine this time. And I double checked everything.
It's not even that you don't have the right font, it's that if you don't embed the font right, sometimes, depending on how the printers work,
yeah. The weird thing was, out of the 8 icons, only 6 were missing. The other 2 were fine.
So that just seems like an error when you copied the file. That doesn't seem like an error.
It might have been
someone's fault.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was someone's fault. It was just my fault for not catching it, and their fault for also.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least I assume they looked it over.
I'm my own client, so I messed up my own thing.
Yeah. Oh, Marissa, we bought Terraforming Mars.
It has been very fun. The base game is okay to awful, and when you actually add in the
Great.
Yeah, no. The base game's okay to awful, but when you actually play it with the level of complexity that it was made for, it does a really good job of comboing and having a bunch of different ways to win. The big problem
the
that
beginner
I find
rules
is still,
are simpler but worse, which is why when we stopped using the beginner rules, it was way better.
Oh, yeah. So it's just they wrote a beginner section, but they did a real bad job at that.
It wasn't that the writing was bad, it was that you take out all of the complex cards, and you have all of the simple cards, and a bunch of
whether or not you draw
like
the right thing suddenly determines whether or not you're going to have a good game or be incredibly frustrated.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're adding in... Pardon?
Isn't that just how Mars is going to work? It's like, is today the day the asteroid comes?
There are several asteroid cards.
Yeah.
There are several asteroid cards. It's great.
Okay. But I just mean that it seems like Mars is going to be luck-based too, at least at the, first century.
Fair.
Maybe, but when, 4 generations, 4 turns in a row in a 14-turn game, you just can't get anything that does the one thing you need to do. It gets frustrating. Whereas in the more complicated rules, you're drafting cards, so you have a whole lot of a larger card pool, and you're more likely to be able to strategically pick what you want, as opposed to, well, I was unlucky this time again.
Yeah.
But yeah, been playing that way too incessantly lately.
We played it twice.
Part of the cards is a mechanic that you need.
Yeah. But no, it's quite good. We played it so much at our local board game cafe that we literally could have just bought it and paid less money, so now we did buy it.
And it has already paid itself off.
Yep.
Nice.
So, Jordan, I think you've played it, right? With us on Tabletop Sim with me, or were you gone and I played with everyone else?
I was probably gone, because the only Terraforming Mars I know is...
There is one on Steam. It's literally the board game, but digital.
Oh, okay. I have that, but never played it, so...
Yeah. No, it's good. I wish they gave you the Steam version if you bought the board game.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Why don't people just do that?
More money?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did a bad thing and went shopping again and got more candy.
It's not fun candy. It's...
I got these. They're full-size candy bars that when I did the pricing, it was less than $1 per full-size candy bar. So I got them.
Fair.
I
Well,
also
it's
got
just
Your shopping methods.
a big bag of Three Musketeers.
I love Three Musketeers.
I love them too. And then I got a little bag of Reese's Pieces, and those will probably be gone by Halloween because I just stack.
That's great.
Yeah, I did capitalism.
Yep.
Just me buying things.
Every holiday is capitalism. Did you get
No,
a
you
new
don't.
mic, Sen?
Yeah, I had to step away real quick.
No, did you get a new mic?
Oh no, I've had this one. It's just normally I increased my field of view so you can actually see it now
I see.
Oh.
Cool.
because I've got a much bigger green screen because I washed the other one and it shrank.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind if I have a green screen.
I unfortunately have a window behind me, so it doesn't matter what I do.
I
That's
found
fair.
this program that basically does Zoom's like virtual background, but makes it its own separate camera, so you can put it like make Discord filters.
Oh, yeah, so you can... Cool. That works
I
better.
just haven't found anything good to do a virtual background of, so I haven't used
Well,
it.
the practical thing to do is we all download the program, we all change it to green, and then we all have the same background. But that seems less fun.
That is less fun, honestly.
Yeah.
Frankly, the I think our overlay is gray enough without the changing our backgrounds to more Duskwall gray.
Oh, the next one's gonna be neon lasers. So I
Yes.
don't.
Yes.
So we are probably doing Genesis next, then in a Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
I don't think we really
That's-
know yet.
yeah,
There's a
that-
couple
There's
things
not a
to
lot
check
of
out.
good
To be
cyberpunk.
Okay.
Yeah, to be decided, but
We are
Cyberpunk's
considering our next
likely.
game
With lasers.
with lasers. That's the best way to consider a game.
Cyberpunk lasers.
Or at the
Lasers,
very least,
neon.
cybernetics and
Laser-like materials.
yes, and chips
Glowing
and brains.
tubes, chips and brains, baby gears. Hopefully troll magic.
Troll.
Hopefully, troll magic.
Is it all just rock-based magic?
I don't know.
Yeah, fireball involves lighting the rock on fire and throwing it.
Yep.
Now I want a troll wizard that literally is just a fighter and just flavors everything as like, this is magic.
This
I'm throwing
magic.
3 rocks at you.
Yeah.
I wanted to do
I had
the-
a barbarian that did that in D&D once. He
Yeah.
cast color spray all the time with his greatsword. It was just red, but
You just cast invisibility by telling everyone you're invisible and they're too scared of you to say you're not. It's...
I'm stinking. Okay, I can't see you. I can't see you.
I don't know. I had a sorcerer who just kept casting summon pit, and that was the only. It was the hammer to the solutions of nails. Was just summon a pit.
I mean, that's fair.
Version of, yeah.
Summon pit.
The 5e version of that is summon animals.
Some... yeah. Yeah. That is true. The wasps. You guys summoned some wasps.
Yep.
They helped. But they weren't OP that time.
No.
Anyways, we have to kill a governor.
You have to kill
Yeah.
the Lord Governor in full title.
a Lord Governor. There's
Yeah.
The
several.
Lord Governor of the city,
So the governor, I think, is acceptable.
I suppose.
No, that's a Walking Dead villain.
Yes.
Or it's Arnold. And you know what? Arnold's okay.
Arnold's a Walking Dead villain.
Yeah. Arnold is a
I would not. Arnold would be a horrifying Walking Dead villain. He would be great. Just punch this. Like, he wouldn't. Just looking at him, you'd know that the zombies weren't actually that big of a threat to him as a person.
Come on, I'm here. Eat me. Come on, do it.
Exactly. Yeah, you
But
guys
when he turns, oh man,
spent a year in hiding while one of you was in prison, doing your own thing, preparing for a future assassination job, and then when the very important one-die engagement roll happened, you got a 1.
We got a 1?
You all
I
got a
believe
1
was
that I
inflicted
rolled.
by the game master.
That you
Yeah,
agree.
I-
You
I-
agreed that I would be the one to roll it.
Hypothetically.
Skurlock got a 1. There we go.
I need to
Yeah,
ask
we'll
your
blame
logs to all the
Sherlock.
Roll20 people you know. I need to make sure. Make this next D6 roll. I make a 1. You're on it.
Yep, I have the secret button that's like make the next
Secret
roll a
button.
1. And
Is it the Wheaton button?
so after the 1, you guys were effectively all ambushed, even though you were in separate locations, by inquisitors or soldiers who were expecting you and looking for you. In your own almost brand by now methods, you managed to get past them. I would say Grine is the only one that wasn't on brand for the past actions, but Grine is a vampire now.
Yeah, vampire grind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Making his own new brand.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's a rebrand.
It's rebranding. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
You guys
every once in a
all
while, you just gotta keep it fresh.
have managed to get past the soldiers and inquisitors in your own ways, and you are now hiding amongst the crowd of Unity Day. There are stalls selling like the Duskwall equivalent of deep fried foods. There
I
are
was
people.
thinking dried and salted fish on a stick.
That's very
seems
likely what
very
it is.
Duskwall.
Yes. There are lots of unusual and interesting foods. There are crowds of people in colors. You notice now that most of them, for some reason, are not of Skovlan ancestry. I couldn't tell you why, but for some reason,
Oh,
celebrating
no.
the
I think
Unity
you
Day,
could.
Unity Day?
the conquering of Skovland, might not be celebrated by the people from it.
Who would have
This
guessed?
is this is the Dustfall equivalent of Columbus Day.
Yeah, actually.
Man.
The Lord Governor is here slated to give a
It's basically
speech
waving it's a
in
big banner that says "Eat it, Scotland."
exactly.
Mission accomplished.
The Lord Governor is here giving a speech. That is when you hope to assassinate her, but they look like they're ready for you. You sent your gangs in to undercover to work as employees in the stalls, and they are missing.
Oh, they're dead. Like,
They have
let's just be
died.
real. They're dead.
They have died.
Or they abandoned us. I
No,
mean,
I
they're
think-
all unreliable.
They're captured.
So,
Very good.
I think the first scene we'll have is you guys meeting up together in the crowd. You have not been found yet, but if you look on the map, there is in fact a 4 o'clock about being found. Your pursuers find you. There is a 6 o'clock about the Lord Governor no longer being vulnerable. If that one fills in particular, she is not available to be assassinated anymore. She has either like just left the area completely, disappeared, or she has done something similar that will make you guys just not. It's not feasible anymore. You know that you will die before you get to kill her. And then you have an 8 o'clock to get to her.
Suggestion.
Yes.
Let's use Skurlock flashback points to go, hey, if the plan goes to shit,
Here's the backup.
plan.
Yeah. That's very possible.
So we can still have Skurlock come bite the Lord Governor.
Yes,
Yeah,
Skurlock, who was helping you with Satara and Sira, another vampire that's Grind's sister.
Wife. Ex-wife.
Wife and sister, yeah, sorry, another character's sister.
Wife, vampire. That's what's
Yeah,
gonna be
no
on her
longer
tombstone.
either sister or wife to anybody, except perhaps Skurlock.
But Skurlock made both of you.
Skurlock made both of you a vampire. Sira seems to be...
Both your daddies.
All right, so...
This is getting rather Lannister.
Satara effectively sacrificed herself in a distraction to keep the Inquisitors away as Grine snuck in, and Skurlock and Sira just abandoned ship and left. You have not seen hide or hair of them at this point. But that doesn't mean the flashbacks aren't important.
Let's do a flashback to make it so they're still in.
We can. You want a flashback to have them, like, they didn't actually retreat kind of thing?
Yeah, no, this was the plan.
If
They were
everything
going to
goes wrong,
airdrop in.
If
you'll
everything
be
goes
in this
wrong,
building.
yeah, we'll meet up at this building. Like there's sewer access through this building,
And that's
so
where
they
we
went through the sewers.
Okay. Okay. Um. So, like, for many flashbacks, I would have like, for if you guys did a flashback, I'd have still potentially you guys make a roll. Skurlock doesn't have stats. I'll be making a fortune roll using his quality, which in this case will be 4. Um, it'll be otherwise the same in terms of like I'll just say how well it goes. But yes, um, the number of Skurlock's stress you will be spending for this, I think, will probably be 1, given the context of a year to set this up and plan this, and he's probably been planning it for longer.
And he would have contingencies probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is him scouting out. This is a role to make sure it is still safe and not compromised. Okay, that's a 4. That's 1 4. Let me switch to our chat. There we go. There's the 4. Oh, I can rearrange them. I can drag and drop dice. Huh. So I think on a 4, to the rest of you guys, it is safe, but I don't think it's accessible right now. I think it's been like, I think it's being blocked off, or they actually, as you see, they probably have like a guard patrol or something like that that's effectively like stationed in the, like, if it's in the basement, then one of the bases the soldiers are operating out of is the main level of that same building. So they don't know it's there. If you can get there, you're safe. But right now, the specific route you were going to use to get there is not. You guys all meet up. We could see you guys meeting up in front of, like, a distance when you watch it and see that it's like that.
Yeah, I think it's more that we walk up and we see that, like, oh, there's like 5 dudes building around the back door of this building we were going to go meet in.
Yeah, exactly.
You see the 3 of you, and then the old sea captain that is holding a dried fish snack.
Who are you?
Nick pulls down the fake beard.
Yeah, it seems we are fairly well fucked here. Suggestions?
Well, I know where approximately 6 military corpses are. If we want to go see if any of their clothes fit, it's probably hot still though.
This might be time to cut and run. We'll have another chance, but
I don't know if we will.
I don't think we get out of here alive without removal of.
Yeah, it seems they were prepared for all of us. So,
this building that our meeting is supposed to take place in, it's like a guardhouse now?
Yeah, it looks like like you were meant to meet in the basement of this building, and it looks like as part of the extra preparations that wasn't even in the notes you got, they have decided to. It looks like the guardhouse itself. This is just the regular soldiers, not the Inquisitors. Are about half a dozen are in there. They look like they are. You see messengers running in and out. Most of them ciphers, like usually like teenagers or kids. Many of them. That's what you can tell from the outside. I'll tell you more if you want to get closer and investigate.
Oh boy, it sure would be a good thing if part of meeting with Skurlock was he had disguises for us, and there just so happened to be in and outside.
Are you not in a disguise? Did you show up to this undisguised?
Yes, because thankfully the plan was to meet up and get disguises, right?
Do you just like open the dumpster and we see what Skurlock did? Actually, this wouldn't be a real roll. Hiding the costumes in here wouldn't even. Actually, no. They check even the dumpster just as a security check. So it would be a roll, but it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Failed. Probably. Okay. So this one I think will be 2 stress. This will be like, oh yeah, in case this specific building has been taken over, here are the uniforms for the soldiers who are in it. Like, that's oddly specific. But it works. You open the dumpster and it's there, and they're in like there's like a sealed crate that keeps the smell out. And you guys all are able to change into your disguises.
We're disguised as soldiers, right?
I leave that to you.
I think for me, like he mentioned that the ciphers were kids and teens. I'd probably be one of them. That makes more sense.
Not like a little drummer boy.
A little drummer
no,
boy.
You.
A little Hitler Youth drummer boy.
All right.
Goose stepping up and down the square. So is that going to take subterfuge supply load?
Not for this. This was something Skurlock planted himself.
Okay.
Yeah. So Hicks changes out of his Leviathan Hunter Captain outfit and puts on like, I don't know, like what is a military secretary outfit?
Okay.
You want aide de camp?
Or it's like it's kind of like just the dress uniform without like the coat, because you're clearly not a soldier, but you still work for the military.
Yeah.
Like one of those.
It's not in combat. Administrative.
Yeah, it's like I shuffle papers around at the office at home.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a military-esque uniform, so he's not super sticking out as like why the least athletic soldier.
Okay. Yep. Then you guys walk in as a group.
Well, I would like to survey the building after I get dressed.
Do that also.
Yeah.
You guys all together are gonna group survey it.
Group survey. All right. I have 3 stress. Anyone have less?
I have 4. So
I have 4 as well.
All right.
Okay.
So I'll lead it.
Okay. I think your position here is risky. The disguise helped, but this is still if they realize that you're not who you're supposed to be. Your effect here, though, I think could be great. If this goes well, they might just like let you inside, or especially if you send Adric in to deliver a message or something, he'll just get a look inside and see what's there, and then he could leave.
Cool.
I'm down with that.
Yep.
I got a 6.
Nice. Do we have another one?
Yeah.
We have so many 6s. 4.
6s. And I take 1 stress because the vampire couldn't open his eyes and look at a building.
It's the sunglasses. It's
Yeah,
the
there's
sunglasses
the fragments of the sun were in his eyes.
It's nearing dusk. What can I say?
Okay.
It's always dusk.
So yeah, no, there are exactly 6 people. You know there's no more than 6 people in there. 3 of them are soldiers who are like guarding the area. The other 3 are just like Hicks is disguised as. Effectively, they're doing paperwork. It looks like they're dealing with general patrol routes. They're sending out messages, and they are actually part of the people who are, as you can tell, looking for you. They're like, okay, this is where they were last seen. Adric, do you think part of this is you walking in and getting a message to deliver, and then okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
So they most of the ciphers deliver things by voice, and so they just like give you a verbal message. They just basically tell you a message, and then as you walk out to deliver it, the message is basically where Grind was last seen, literally like throwing a crate at those soldiers. They're like, okay, we think he's in here. Deliver it to these squads who are in this location. Tell them to go to these other locations. For now, it's nowhere near you, but it's a bit closer to you is where they're sending him. You can tell that they have a bunch of squads spread out across the entire area, especially in a perimeter, but also throughout the festival itself. And they are trying to tighten the noose around you as a group, even if they don't know where you are now. But they have no idea about anything downstairs, and there's just 3 regular soldiers here. You could take them.
Hey. Can we disrupt this command center by wandering in, basically giving them an order? Hey, we've decided that you're going to move
Setting
over
them a wrong
here.
message. Speaking of
Yeah.
Full
Not even
Metal
sending the wrong
Alchemist,
message, but to these command center people, you're supposed to move your camp, get over here, and then cut off the
they
head
are
of,
receiving messages as well from people. There's just a sergeant here. One of the I'd say pencil pushers. One of the people who's handling most of the messages is the sergeant. So he's definitely receiving orders from someone higher up.
Yeah. I think that's probably a good call. Instead of wait 20 minutes, send Adric back in and say, hey, y'all are supposed to pick up and move closer to and head back to the main center. The speech is going to start. They want your guard detail. Yeah, pull back. They want your extra guards for the speech.
Smart.
or even not me, yourself as a pen pusher.
No, I'm saying, but because they need the guards, everyone pick up and go. You're going to finish your work at the main headquarters, their main base of operation for this.
I think Marissa is saying that her sway dice is bad.
Yeah, I think
not necessarily. But...
Grine and Hicks go in for this one.
Do we go in or do we write a note?
I got 2 sway. I can help.
What's your sway, Marissa?
Do we all go in and base 1?
I mean, we can go in and be like, we're relieving you. Go.
Yeah, you go here. We're here now.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's probably a good plan. Then we can work together on the swaying.
Yeah.
Let's go do that.
Okay.
We have that ability. Let's crit on it. Let's do
it.
All right. This will be desperate. You are literally walking in like you own the place. This is totally desperate.
All right.
But I think with the information you've gathered, with 4 6s, this is great effect as well. This is just you know what to say. You have heard what the name of this guy's commander specifically is, so you know what name to drop. Everything.
You said desperate?
Desperate, great.
I'm rolling 3 dice then instead of 2.
All right, let's do it.
Oh.
Okay, 1 stress. Oh no.
Who was leading?
Yeah, we didn't decide on this.
I got it.
Okay.
Hey!
There we go.
And hits. Crits. Okay.
Can sway.
It was a close call at the beginning. So 2 stress, but I think there's probably a minute where they take a look at some of you guys and are like, but we said it, we were told to be here for the other day. They do the but our standing orders are, and then Hicks and Grine are able to is there a word for military babble?
Oh, okay. I guess I'll go tell the captain you're refusing his orders.
I just walk in and Lieutenant Buckley reporting. And just tell him to get the fuck out.
Yeah. Okay. And they all give each other not suspicious looks of this isn't true, but weird looks of what the heck was that? Why would the military do that? That kind of thing.
Why has no one told me? This is bullshit. I should be informed of these things.
Yeah. So grumbling in the next 5 minutes, they pack up their stuff and throw it into bags and stuff, and then just double check with you where to go and then leave. All of them. The place is empty.
All the people are sending messages to places where no one is.
Yep. And then there is I don't think from the corner, but from the stairway down, the basement stairway, then you hear the slow applause from Skurlock in the background.
Yeah.
He walks upstairs.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah. So why do we have this office? I understand Skurlock probably wants to talk to us, but he's a butt, so
yeah, what I want to see what information we can glean. Did they leave anything?
I want to do the opposite. I just want to keep this plan going forward because they sent out all of the little boys that go and talk to everyone from here, the Cypher children.
Mm-hmm.
We just keep that going and use that to corral to
clear a path to the Lord Governor.
So they clear a path so we can just.
Yeah.
That's really smart. Yeah. This was probably not in the plan directly, but this is totally a thing you can just do.
This is improvising because we didn't know these people would be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think like
We've got enough of us to make it look like this is proper still.
yeah, as Skurlock shrinks into the shadows, one of the ciphers appears and like says to one of you like delivers a message to you, and then you can reply.
Orders to send them further away down the other end.
Yeah, but it's
They were seen trying to escape.
Yeah, we do it slowly and unconspicuously, so it clears basically just like a half a block or something straight through.
Yeah, for like a 5-minute window or something, just long enough to get there.
The
okay.
Straight up window to get across and have a clear shot to the governor without being waylaid by patrols or.
Okay. So I think that.
It's Wreck.
I'm tempted. I think Wreck would be. Wreck or this might be more Sway because you're still. This isn't just you're lying to these guys. This is you're lying to several different groups.
It's carefully applied sabotage.
You're right.
Also, create distractions and chaos.
Yeah, you could have like two groups all basically walk into each other and be like, "But I was assigned here. But I was assigned here." Okay. Yeah. Then I think this is Wreck.
Do we want a group wreck? I have one dot in it.
Absolutely.
Who's leading?
Excellent.
Before we start, who's leading?
I'll lead it.
Okay.
So I imagine the rest of you guys are effectively like actually looking down at the like map of the block and making sure like this is where everyone is. Let's set this up. Adric, are you like one of the people literally delivering the messages, or what are you doing for part of this? Or are you guarding?
I think Adric's more of like a guard.
Yeah,
I'm sticking around, just kind of making sure that the atmosphere is right. Like, okay, somebody else has come in as a cipher. I'll make sure that I'm talking to somebody else, getting a message,
looking busy,
so that it looks like a functional center.
It looks busy, or if anyone sits around questioning the order too long, then Adric comes up behind him like, "Hurry up! I have to talk to this lieutenant."
Okay.
Taking so much time that you don't need to be taking.
Okay.
Like pressure anyone out.
Yeah, like go, kind of.
It's like I have to talk, and it's a confidential message. Get out of here.
Smart.
Like, you start tapping on their back. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Go.
Okay. So I think in this one it will be limited effect. There is a higher command who will be made aware of this and try to counteract it, possibly. So I think this will be limited effect by default. And I think this will be a controlled position.
So risky standard.
You push it up to risky standard.
Yeah, the way we make it risky standards, we literally smash patrols into each other.
Mm-hmm.
We send them hurrying down one alley, we send another one hurrying down the adjacent alley, and they smash together.
Yeah, and they both run into each other like, they were here! We were told they were here!
You know
Is it
what would
you?
be hilarious? We put out there, they're disguised
That would be
as
desperate.
people.
Desperate as you tell them they're disguised as soldiers.
And
then they would start at least heavily questioning each other, yeah.
Oh, no. They're disguised as inquisitors.
Oh, that's a good one.
That would be very desperate and that would be great effect.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Do we want to do desperate great?
Based on what we know, since we have like control of this, do we know where the Inquisitors should be anyway?
The Inquisitors are off the grid for this.
Okay.
Which is one of the reasons it is more desperate. Still need to get rid of them if we want to be using
That's a good way to.
So I would phrase it something like, the Inquisitors know this passcode. If you yell that out to them and they don't respond, fucking shoot them.
I'm so down for desperate great. I'm so down.
Okay, that's great. This is going to be affecting the clock that is get to the Lord Governor. It'll clear you a path and reduce some of your obstacles.
Great.
Yeah, Wreck.
I'll add a die because of Daredevil.
Yep. My Devil's Bargain is, I think.
I already did it.
Oh, okay. We don't need a Devil's Bargain for this then. We already have a 6.
Yes.
Oh, so many 6s.
Only one stress.
And it's from me.
I have nothing of this wrecking.
Oh, Adric. Yeah,
it's from Adric.
It's from Adric. Yeah.
You had a crit in your own role.
Time.
Yeah. No, yeah. Hicks could have done this by himself. He didn't need you, but he was charitable. God. So yeah, no, the place starts erupting. It doesn't erupt into obvious chaos, but after probably half an hour of doing this, then there's like the sound of distant gunshots, and people are like, "What's going on?" And some of the crowd are who notice it start to like get ready to leave a bit. They're nervous. But yeah, no, it's working. It's very much working. That is extreme effect actually, because of a crit on great effect. So, bam, 5 ticks on the H clock. The place is. The window is clear. It's longer and bigger than even you thought it could be. You think that it's likely that if you just sprint this way, frankly, disguise or no disguise, there shouldn't be any soldiers there. You just get there in time before the window closes.
Do we want to prowl down there?
Yeah, I was thinking teamwork prowl. We still like stick to the shadows and everything just to be safe.
Yeah. Prowl doesn't actually need to be sticking to the shadows. It's also maneuvering. So
yeah,
I'd leave it to you.
But flavor-wise, like it wouldn't make why be flagrant about it? We know the window. We know people aren't going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone asks, due caution.
Skurlock's just a VIP. We're trying to get out of there. He's not Lord Skurlock. He's a VIP.
Yeah.
I'm just delivering a message to someone on the podium.
Skurlock and Syrah are there both, actually. Syrah was downstairs still, but she's there too. So you guys are all together moving as a group. Okay. Yeah. This will be controlled. This will be standard effect.
Who's in charge for this one? I did the last.
I could take this one.
Cool. Prowl.
Controlled standard.
Controlled standard.
Standard up. Yeah. I got a 5.
Okay.
I've been slowly leveling up.
Oh, there's a 6.
There's a 6.
And another failure.
Okay, and then let me roll mine.
Adric.
Wow! Everyone is... Okay, you guys are doing great. So the crit actually gets you the last thing. So I think we see there was... It looks like, I think you noticed them, Zaid. There are a group of plainclothes soldiers. You can tell from like how they walk and they look
like
different.
Their body language.
Exactly. They're just like hanging around near the entrance, and they look like they're just loitering and enjoying some more like fish on a stick. Not fish sticks; those are different. But they're not. They're keeping an eye out for you guys, and so you take a last minute just detour through a different alley, and you come face to face with the crowd. There is a large. Actually, I think I have notes where I wrote down.
So we get her before she even gets to the podium.
No, she is at the podium. But she is not giving her speech yet. She is like in the background, like someone else is talking. I think this is one of the probably the person who actually organized the rest of the event in general is talking about like how good of you to come here, and like we're very thankful that you're here. And then soon there will be a speech from the Lord Governor herself. There is a large this is like City Hall, so this isn't a temporary podium or anything like that. This is like a stone stage that they are on. In the center and behind everyone is this actual statue of... I think, did I write it down? No. They built a statue of the Emperor, or what they think the Emperor is, and in this statue, he's like this heroic magician who's like holding up, and he in his hand is a miniature version of Duskwall itself, and it's like he's holding the city up. Yeah, no, it's this.
Tell me they've like laced it with electroplasmic crap so it like crackles and like looks all.
Oh, absolutely! It's yeah. There's copper wire. It probably was there already, and they like redid it with copper wire when the lightning walls expanded. And yeah, no, it's this very much a propaganda kind of heroic statue.
So how much?
Of course, the Emperor's eyes are like hidden, and you can't really see the Emperor's actual face, yet they somehow are made to look heroic.
So how much stress for Skurlock to have planted explosives in this.
Yes.
In the statue, the decades-old statue.
Listen,
he's been planning
listen. He's been planning this for a long time.
I think actually it's more likely that we planted explosives at the statue.
Explosives aren't really Skurlock's style.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't necessarily need explosives if we can wreck the thing.
Yeah. Here's my suggestion here's my pitch for the explosives. We had a guy who we had put on the repair detail for this before the event. Put a bomb in it. What the bomb does isn't really the bomb's not going to hurt the governor, but the toppling of that little miniature dusk wall out of the hands.
Oh yeah.
Wait. So the statue has electroplasmic energy going through it?
Yeah, there was a repair guy for
Not a huge amount, just to make the globe light up.
It's for show. But that's not the part that's going to hurt or anything. It's the fact that they had someone come out to fix it before this event to make sure it worked properly, and there's a small explosive in the hands that hold the city.
And the entire city will literally, you want the city globe to fall on the Lord Governor.
I want the city to fall on her.
That's poetic. I like it.
Is that feasible? That seems like a feasible
That would probably be
4 Skurlock stress.
I mean, if you guys are doing it as your stress, I'm actually deciding between 4 and 5, because this is not just... This is... I know specifically where she will be standing. Kind of stress.
I know every time the president's speech is going to be on that stretch of wide steps between...
Oh, it's going to be while she's talking, not before she's talking.
Yeah. It's like, we know where the podium's going to be. It's where they always put the podium for these things.
Okay.
And, it's...
I would say 4 stress.
4 stress seems fair. I'm not saying it's not a big ask.
Yes.
Or Skurlock stress.
Or Hick stress. If I leave it to you guys. It could be Skurlock stress.
Can we split the stress?
No.
No?
If we use 4 Skurlock stress, that leaves 1 left on Skurlock's clock.
Yeah, so it might have been like Skurlock vampire charmed the guy too, instead of actually paid him off or something like that.
Yeah, I was just thinking I could throw a couple stress at this problem as to get the explosives and stuff, and then Skurlock throws some stress at the problem to make the person do it with vampire hypnotism or whatever.
That is fair, but I still don't think we can split stress in this.
Well, it's an electroplasmic city. Do we still have the ability, or rather, Grind, do you still have the ability to wreck an area to bring ghosts in?
Mm-hmm.
Because that might be another way to cause some chaos up in the podium right now.
I swear to God, if you bring back Wolf Ironborn,
you pull him out and go.
No, I was thinking about it, because who does he hate more than us? The Lord Governor. That's a representative.
Just throw the globe and break it on the podium.
Yeah.
I am the ghost of Scotland past.
You will be visited by 3 spirits.
In the background, we're telling him, okay, here's the plan. We're about to do.
Listen, Ulf, I know you're probably actually insane and can hear us but not talk. You want to flashback?
Can I flash back to talking to that thing? I said I talk to it all the time for a year, telling him about this plan.
You want to convince him without any way of knowing. Okay, yes, but because of this, we will not know until we release him. We'll see the flashback as you throw the orb.
Gotcha.
Okay, but yeah, you get there.
How much stress is that, so I don't
1 stress, because you already established all of that. So I'd say it's just 1 stress.
You established talking like a madman to a man who can't speak back to you.
Yes.
For a year.
So yeah, in present day, you guys arrive. There are the crowds there. You move far enough where the gunshots from before. None of these people know it. Many of them are very patriotic. Let's call them that. They're cheering, and many of them are eating various fried food. Some of them have. It looks like they've managed to acquire various coats and stuff with Unity Day stitched onto them. It's the equivalent of the. Actually, I'm wearing a convention shirt. It's the Duskwall equivalent of a convention shirt.
Convention shirt.
Yeah.
Except it's convention. It's
everywhere.
Yeah, Unity Day stitched coats. Much more expensive. Everyone still bought one.
Yeah.
Quick question.
Unity Day swag.
Are any of the soldiers on the roofs here? Have they moved because of the chaos we've caused?
No, they are still here. You see there are a few patrolling the rooftops. All of them have long rifles. Like they're just walking around. Yeah, I don't think there's even a role for that. You see them.
So we get up to the stage and try and get into some sort of.
Yeah, right now you guys are in the back of the crowd, but I don't think that's a huge thing. Like the clock is full. You are at the Lord Governor. There is you see Costa is there standing next to the Lord Governor. There's a small group of other well decorated soldiers also serving as unnamed like NPC bodyguards as well. And yeah, the Lord Governor is sitting there. She looks like she's sitting in a chair in the back. She has a few papers in front of her that she's reading. It looks like she's going over her speech.
Okay, so can I'm trying to so it goes like statue, stage, crowd?
Yeah,
and we're at the edge of the crowd.
Yes.
And then there is probably a building behind the statue,
and then
stairs that go up to the statue, a large stretch in the middle that they have the podium and stuff stepped on, and then more stairs down to where the plaza level is.
Yes, and there is almost a U shape of regular buildings where the guards are patrolling, and then right in front, behind the statue and everything, is City Hall itself, which is not the Lord Governor's estate. It's where a lot of the more administrative stuff happens. There are also soldiers on the rooftops there too. There's probably a lineup behind, way back, guarding the actual entrance to City Hall itself.
I have a distraction. We're gonna distraction smash Governor.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of where I could get into a spot, though. I don't think there's anywhere I could get into
in the crowd. In the crowd.
Could you flashback to Steiner setting you up someplace?
Steiner agreed to help you. Steiner is also a disguise master. So
yeah, can I flash back to having Steiner
be one of these scary people?
Be one of the guys on the roof.
He's a sniper. Oh, he wasn't a disguise master, but he is a sniper.
He is an assassin, I think.
Yeah, he's an assassin, but we've seen him mostly use rifles.
Yeah, so there's one roof I could get to with him.
Yeah, and he will just let you up and ignore you, basically, and let you go and watch for you. Okay, so yeah, let's flash back to that. I think it's just one stress and no roll, because he already agreed to help you. This is just how.
This is his last job.
This is the last job. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he's up there. Who is going up to the rooftops now? Is it all of you guys, or?
No, I think we're splitting again.
It's just Sade?
We get there, we get into the main crowd undetected.
And you get into positions.
I'd be like, I'll see you all on the other side as I go for a fist bump with everybody.
Oh, that's pretty much, this is the,
This is where it happens or it doesn't.
Yeah.
Even if it happens, we still may not see each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is back to how the plan is supposed to go. They just know we're coming and are probably worried. Yeah, I think you probably see someone whisper into the ear of the Lord Governor, and she looks around. Doesn't see you guys, but
Yeah, I still think that
they're aware they haven't got you.
We don't have to do the final head shop on the Lord Governor, but we got to get her to leave this spot, and you
need to drive her away. Yeah,
we need to get her to leave this spot because we know where her evac point is, and we have that's what Skurlock's for.
That's what the Skurlock's dress is going to be used for.
Yeah, well, Skurlock's and other vampire lady. Yeah,
he yes, but he did also remember say he's not sure he could actually beat her in a fight.
Well,
he said with him,
and Satara and Sierra, he thinks it would be about even. And Satara is now gone.
Yeah, he can't beat her in a fair fight, but an ambush is an ambush.
That's very true.
I get that he can't go toe-to-toe. We're not trying to get him toe-to-toe. We're trying to get her running and on the back foot.
Let's do one thing at a time, then. Yeah. One stress, you get upstairs, you're on the roof, Sade. That's where you are?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm with
Steiner.
My good friend Steiner.
Okay.
Yes.
Your good friend who you've shot at before and who shot at you.
Listen, most of his friends you shot at before.
Fair. It's a weird line of work. Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing? Where are you getting into positions?
So Hicks is getting another dried eel.
I have bad news. I don't think they'd allow stalls in this section specifically.
There isn't like stalls at like the back end of it.
No, it's there. People wanted to set them up, but the military's basically said no. It's too risky.
Shoot.
You could do you just produce another? You could produce a second one from your coat or something. You just had it in your pocket, which is kind of gross.
I was gonna light the stand on fire.
Oh.
I was gonna light
That's
the whole stall on fire.
Probably specifically why they also,
I would default to the porta-johns then, because at least
those would be there.
Methane.
Or the stage.
Yeah, good plan. So, yeah, Hicks, dressed as a military accountant or whatever, enters the porta-john with reaching in his pockets for a length of wire and some grenades.
Okay.
Blow up the porta potty.
Yes.
So I think we'll just see you. Yeah, let's see that happen right now.
It's pretty much the plan is he's gonna drop grenades in each porta potty and have a length of wire coming from them, and then walk back into the crowd. And then when the speech starts, the porta potties blow up.
Okay.
So all of the snipers and all of the attention go, why are the porta potties in the air? And well, we have our thinly veiled assassins in the crowd that are not surprised.
Perfect. Okay. So I'm starting a new clock called Deal with the Entourage. This will also be an 8 clock again because they are like, oh, someone wants to assassinate Lord Governor. We better never leave her side. So it'll be very hard. This could be killing them. This could be distracting them. Either way, this is an 8 clock for you guys to get her in a position where she is alone.
I have an
Except
idea
for Costa. Costa's a separate clock.
Yeah. But if we do deal with the entourage, it's just it'd be like Costa
just her and Costa. It would be literally no one else.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I want to blow up some porta potties. Let's do that.
Okay. You are in a risky position because if they realize you do it, then they might just shoot at you.
How many grenades do I need?
How many porta potties are there? Is the real question.
All of them if you want to have a higher effect.
3 grenades it is.
Okay. So this will be I think this will be great effect then.
Yeah.
And you're in a, yeah. And it's risky.
This is the dumbest. This is middle school level.
Yeah.
Cherry bomb in the toilet. Kind
Blow
of.
the toilet.
You know what might this is just what for when Skurlock's fighting her. You know what might be good for him to try and it might help? The demon spray.
That's
we shall see. It is anti-demon. Okay, well, one thing at a time.
Yeah,
let's roll that.
I was looking through our thingy.
That's fair. Risky, great.
Risky, great. +1 die from my special power.
I have a weird level 1 harm.
I'm listening.
Don't like the sound of that.
Sepsis. Actually, it was that, or I mean, it doesn't make sense for you to really have to go to the bathroom and there be none available.
Level 1 harm nauseous for going through all these rank ass porta potties.
Yeah, actually.
Victorian porta potties.
Yeah.
It's
level 1 harm nauseous.
Ooh.
Yeah. If you want
I'm
it.
gonna roll my 4 dice.
Okay.
I'll blow up the porta potties.
Okay, is this roll signifying that you're blowing them up?
Yes,
like,
this is gonna like we don't like we stick with the cinematic view, and that means we don't have to like see that much ahead. It's just
okay,
do it.
Cool.
The moment of explosion is after "Hello, Duskwall" or whatever she says.
Yes.
To start her speech, and then porta shots.
Loyal Accorrosions.
And then
I would love to also, because I have reflexes, as the explosion happens, to shoot one of the entourage
at the exact same time, like
at the exact
watching
same time,
the clock.
So they don't know where it came from.
You're helping then?
No, to mask the sound.
Or is this a group?
I will be using your distraction.
Okay, so this.
I also.
Okay, so you're just acting on it. Is this a group event, or is this you guys intentionally acting separately? I ask it to you if you want it to be. It's your choice. If you want it to be separate roles, a group role.
Hicks causing an explosion is definitely the plan because Hicks isn't gonna like shoot people.
I think is that a setup action though? Is more the
How do you want to do it mechanically? Because all of them could work.
I do not think it's a setup action because we have an 8 clock that is deal with the entourage.
Okay, so let's just do our individual tasks.
Yeah, this is my task for that clock. It's just because there's a clock for it as opposed to one roll. Because if it was one roll to decide it, then yes, this would be a setup action. But because it's a clock we're trying to defeat, it's not a setup.
Okay, and then you're just going to act on the results of that.
It's just we're using this distraction for it.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
It's also that Indigo, don't you have a ability that's like when people use your distraction?
Oh yeah. Okay, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
When you create a distraction, you get +1 die. Well, a rolls you do.
Oh, it's just you?
You make it while deploying or in playing the distraction.
So your teammates don't get the +1. Okay.
Oh well.
Still good.
Narratively, I mask my shot with that.
Exactly.
Fictional positioning matters.
Fictional positioning does matter.
Yeah, so it helps that way.
Let's do it.
Yeah. That's like
okay. So many crits. Use all the grenades. So there are probably non-lethal, because I don't think you'd want lethal, casualties in this is what happens.
Yeah, because any explosion, any shrapnel that comes out of this is
poo.
Yeah, so you walk out, someone else walks in after you, then runs out screaming, getting everyone's attention even more, and then, the whole thing just, there's a brown explosion. The entire thing, both of the porta potties detonate.
Yeah, go up.
A smart butt bomb is now what this is called.
And, everyone is screaming. The governor is immediately, again, military lady. She immediately says, like, everyone evacuate. And she orders quick, succinct orders for everyone to go, both to her guards. She doesn't have a microphone, but she is using some kind of magic to amplify her voice.
I'm using the poo-splosion to cover my gunshot as I aim at, let's say, you know what? Let's say a couple of her guards.
Okay, yeah, just like bam, bam, bam.
No, we're on the entourage clock.
No, we're on the entourage clock.
Fair enough.
Okay. So yeah, you're pushing yourself. Your effect will effectively go up. As part of this, you are in a risky position. They might see and shoot you. And yeah, you have great effect because of the push. There's no point in doing a desperate in this case, unless you want the extra die.
Well, I get an extra die.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with risky because desperate, they might just like dome me.
Good.
They would just see and shoot you, or like some of the other people with rifles on the rooftops would just see.
Some other guy on the roof is behind you if you get desperate and just like hit through the back of your rifle.
You guys have been doing very well so far, but one failure and this might start going badly.
Yeah.
Okay. What? No, wait, I pushed myself. I can't do that.
You push yourself.
Never mind.
Yep.
Crap.
Oh! Okay.
That's extreme.
You had an extra die. It wouldn't matter because it was a 1 at the end, but you had an extra die?
Yeah, I had an extra die. I added that because of my push.
Excellent. So I think it's exactly how you intended it. You kill a few without them noticing. They notice, and they effectively go like Mrs. Lord Governor, get to the car. A like screeching car pulls up that you probably expected, and then in the perfect cinematic thing, you like kill one right next to the Lord Governor. You intentionally aim like just above her head, and it like clinks against the armored car to make her duck down. I guess you dealt with the entourage. Her and Costa jump into the car.
What about the exploding city falling thing? Because that would have gone off.
No, we never did that.
Do you want to? Maybe she doesn't jump in the car then. It might just be she is trying to get to it, but the entourage is either distracted or taken down. and she's trying to get to the car.
I don't think we ever spent the stress for the city fault thing.
We didn't.
We didn't spend the stress for it yet. That's correct.
Okay.
It was too expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I think the crowd is now literally screaming and running in panic, just getting to all of the exits, getting away from here. There is an armored car as close as it can be with the crowds, trying to get to the Lord Governor through it. They're not desperate enough to literally run over it.
Carriage with goats.
Armored carriage. You're correct. I mean, it's a thing. It's a thing.
Really good.
They're not willing to run over civilians to get to her at this point, so they're being a bit slow, and the Lord Governor's trying to get to them. Adric or Grind, what do you guys do? We see Costa is with her, shadowing her, eyes out everywhere. You can tell just from her expression on her face, Zaid, that she knows it's you. She knows that.
Me or the Phoenix?
The Phoenix specifically. Okay. That's what I meant. She knows those gunshot sounds.
Is that another 8 o'clock?
She has been souped up. Remember?
Yeah.
She
got super soldiered.
She got super soldiered.
It just seems like we do so well, and then another 8 o'clock.
That's not the last one. Don't worry.
No, there's more.
Oh God.
So for me, I was going to go with the messenger thing, and okay, we're timing this thing. I'll run on up to the podium looking like I'm trying to deliver a message, and as I'm supposed to be speaking, okay, look, an explosion gets off, and there's some sort of level of distraction. I was hoping to get up close enough, I guess, to Lord Governor or Costa to be able to get into actually melee with one of them.
That's fair. Okay, we'll do that. I think that unless you resist it, because Costa's one of those people who will act before, who will have this thing, unless you resist it, especially because you fist fought her before, she will just recognize you and shoot you.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
You could resist that.
I have no stress. My resisting it is my traumaing out.
So you could let her shoot you and then fight her, and and we'll see if you get into melee with that.
You could ambush her. You could prowl and set up your own ambush.
Yeah, instead of...
All right, no, I'll do the stupid thing. We're together. I'll defend.
Ooh.
Oh, you're gonna defend. So you both are effectively like rushing the Lord Governor. Costa recognizes it, tells her to get down, and shoots Grind.
I was gonna try to run interference with Costa, actually, like as the
defense,
distractor, like just resist
Yep. Yeah, it's up to you how it is resisted. It is a physical resistance.
Governor directly.
Okay.
Give it a shot. Skirmish sucks, but I think though, could this be an ambush? She doesn't know me.
She doesn't know you, but they're already specifically prepared for trouble, and Costa has honestly a vampiric level of reflexes, even if not strength or power. She is very fast as well.
She has
reflexes. But I'm disguised as a soldier running up looking like I'm trying to help.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Okay. And she hasn't ever met this new Grind before.
Nope.
So...
I don't even know if she met the old one.
I don't think she did.
No, she did.
She did, like,
remember at the
once.
tower?
Yeah.
She had you in a whip.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she kidnapped you.
Yes. Okay. So I guess I'll just ask you to sort of re-describe to me what both of you are doing then, so I get a clear picture. Brian, you're running up as a soldier. Adric, what are you up to at the same time?
Yeah, so if there's a bit of distraction with Costa, I would love to actually go for the Lord Governor directly, if possible.
Okay, so you guys are almost acting independently then. One, you're splitting up in terms of goals, even if they're next to each other.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Let's first see Grind to see if he can distract Costa and get her away.
Okay.
Yeah.
A better way to do that would be with words, but you know what? Caution to the wind.
You're in a new body. Who dis? Do action.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Also, remember, you guys would literally tell the others that they're disguised as Inquisitors, but still. The idea of the enemies, the attackers here might be in disguise is in her head.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with
Inquisitors, not soldiers.
just seeing what else I can toss on top of this just in case I need it. Getting ready. No, I'll run up as a soldier looking like I'm trying to help, and then
just attack as soon as you get in range.
Yeah, just attack as soon as there's an opening. I will ambush her.
Okay.
Shoot a cloud of darkness out from under your cloak.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Vampires do.
That's not how vampires work.
That's not how vampires work.
That's not how to vampire.
I don't have that. I'm not that kind of
position on this?
vampire.
Probably desperate, I would assume.
Yes, you're just running right up to her, and she is currently in shoot first mode.
Yeah.
Yes, Jordan.
Can Steiner help?
How? He's on the roof
By
next to you.
Shooting. Like getting her attention elsewhere.
Like
by creating that opening.
Yeah.
Oh, by shooting at Costa to distract her, or like shooting at Costa in general?
Yeah, just shooting at Costa in general.
I think you're gonna have to flashback to convince him if you want to. This is not he used to work with Costa. He still likes her. This was his one last job, but this is not his one last job where he's gonna shoot his friend.
I don't have the stress to do that.
Okay.
I tried.
Okay.
Can we maybe use a distraction by chucking oh wow. Ulf?
I was waiting for the
big rumble at the end.
Yeah, I was gonna use Ulf to sort of even out the Satara problem.
Okay, so we'll get to Ulf later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flashback having put Ulf under the seat of her armored carriage.
Yeah, she sits on Ulf and breaks the bottle.
Glass and Ulf in the carriage.
Okay, grind.
Right, so what's the effect?
The effect here, I think she's gonna act after she realizes it's you, so her like thing you have to resist will come after this roll. I think then your effect here will be standard.
Okay. Find personal weapon, puts it up to great.
What weapon are you using?
I think it's still the sword cane.
Okay. That's unusual for
sort of his bag, but like it's now like it's probably mounted on like the rifle that he's carrying, so sort of like a
bayonet.
Like a large bayonet.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. To have a sword tied to the end of your rifle, it's already this long, another 3 feet of sword coming off the
It's more of a spear now.
Yeah.
It's a gun spear. We've had gun blades, now we have gun spears.
Oh god.
Anyways.
Okay.
Devil's bargain? Gotta ask.
Yeah.
It fires your spear into him. You've made a harpoon. It's one shot.
I think my devil's bargain is with her superior strength, she breaks your sword cane.
Ooh.
I mean, my skirmish is crap anyway. Do I trade a fine personal weapon for 1 die right now?
No.
I mean, the effect won't do you any good if you don't roll a 4 or higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll prowl.
Well, yeah, if you're ambushing her.
Yeah, I am rolling.
Oh, you are rolling prowl. You're right. It's just for later.
Oh, look at that child. Ooh, spooky vampire attack.
Okay.
Fuck it. That's a 5.
All right. So I think, you are able to. You rush her. She looks at you for a second, like not in shock, but like analyzing, like does she recognize you? And as she realizes that you're not a soldier, you are already in distance with her. She pulls her gun, and you guys hit each other at the same time. She hits you with a pistol, and you hit her with your sword cane. She dodges and like almost throws herself to the side. You still hit her. I'm gonna deal level 3, three things on the clock. You are dealt level 3 harm, and then you can resist that. I will also say though, as her other thing, she pulls out a second pistol while she's on the ground, immediately raises towards you and shoots it as well. They're single shot pistols.
Great.
So she's gonna deal 2 level 3 harms to you, basically 1 from the roll and 1 from her action. Yes, Indigo.
Oh.
I didn't hear what you said.
Great effect is only 3 ticks on a clock.
Yes. Extreme effect is 5, great is 3, and then standard is 2, and limited is 1.
So there's 2 level 3 harms on a 5, even though it's desperate. That's
Well, because
it's
I
not...
think she had her reflexes thing.
Yes.
Were able to hit her first before that went off, and then
one was just from the roll. One was from the level 3 harm from the roll, and one, as I mentioned, after the roll, her reaction would basically happen. Her like important and powerful NPCs just get to do a thing that you have to resist, and in this circumstance, her other thing would be also hit you again.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, it's brutal, but that's by far the worst part of this fight.
Well, until we go to the Lord Governor.
That's a different fight.
We're throwing an Ulf at it. We're throwing an Ulf at it and 2 vampires.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
I meant the fight with
All right,
Costa.
well, I'll armor one of them down to 2. Let me just write shot in for one of the level 2s, and we've got level 3 steel to deal with. Do I get to resist both of those?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it one resist roll for both, or
no? They're separate. They're separate things.
All right.
Well, no stress to resist the first one.
So that's a level 1 harm for the first one.
Yep.
And 1 stress to put it down to a level
2. Okay. So, not terrible.
It's level 2 harm.
Level 2 harm is relative to this situation, not terrible.
Not bad.
See, here's the thing. If I have level 3 harm and then take arcane harm, I'm fucking dead. Because as a vampire, that's how that works.
Arcane harm just kills you. It's really bad. But doesn't look like she's dealing any arcane harm right now.
Mostly bullet damage.
She rolls to her feet. She, I think, now is going to draw 2 familiar looking Zadric daggers from her thing. She's not Mercy, but she took Mercy's knives. They're very fine.
I took Mercy's knives.
You did? Oh, yeah, then forget that.
Yeah, we have her body.
You do have her body.
Knives.
Then I take that back. I think then she's probably gonna fight with. Would be cool.
A hand axe.
Axes.
Yeah.
Like a hand axe.
She takes 2 hand axes out, one in each hand.
Yes.
Gets ready to fight.
Is it reasonable for me to get there, considering I was going with Grime as he was getting shot?
That's exactly what I was about to ask now. She takes out the hand axes, and then we cut to Adric. Adric, are you still going for the Lord Governor?
I am still going for the Lord Governor. I've debated, seeing how well knives work on her, but that doesn't sound as interesting as making her own worst enemy. I'd like to see what rage essence and how poison resistant this lady is.
You want to feed rage essence to the Lord Governor?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
That'd be fun.
So bad.
How are you doing that?
I have 20 doses of rage essence in a syringe. I've used 1.
I thought you distributed them to your the gangs.
I had 40 total. I gave 20 to the other guys.
Yeah, okay.
20 myself. My load is 20 rage essence syringes.
Cool. That won't ever go wrong at all.
So if he's taking care of Costa and I can get 1 shot in, my 1 shot is going to be, let's see how much I can jab into her.
Blow dart rage essence?
No, it's
syringes.
It's a syringe.
You're just stabbing it? Okay, cool.
Just jump on her back with injectors.
I don't understand. This is not a good plan.
This is the end of Akira. Then she just becomes that amorphous blob and starts rolling over the city. Like,
okay,
we're getting the soldiers themselves to take her down.
So I think I'm not gonna have a roll for this. I will just say what happens as her thing. Her powerful thing will be nothing happens as you sink you get her. You sink your syringes down into her, and you look up. And they're both bent and crumpled as just like a centimeter around her skin, a shimmering magical field of protection. The Duskwall equivalent of mage armor, basically, has protected her from this. And she sees you right in front of you, and She starts chanting an incantation.
She casts the shield spell as her reaction, and then for her main action, she begins casting a spell that'll take 2 rounds to complete.
No, it's not 2 rounds.
Concentration.
Lord Governor's magical defenses reveal themselves as an 8 o'clock as well. Yep.
Oh, God,
know what Lord Skurlock said about her being really tough? This is why.
Is she helping us in this fight right now, or?
No, we still have to get her, like, to a place.
Yeah, Adric just decided to stab her with Rage Essence instead, I think.
Yeah, Adric went off script here.
No, that's fine. You've made yourself a target. Time to go there and drag her along with you.
So yeah,
Kite the boss.
Kite the
boss. So I think unless resisting not doing damage doesn't make sense. So I think her other thing will be she whispers something and then she like almost does. There is some like visual like effect to it, but she almost like tries to force push you away from her. Adric is what she's doing.
Okay.
And it's not a small amount. It's like to the other side of the entire clearing.
Oh boy.
Like 100, not 100 meters, but like 20 meters away.
That's a lot of meters.
Yeah. So that's what she's gonna do. You can resist that and just like stay there. This is not damage. To someone like you. Yeah, I don't think it's damage so much as getting you away from her.
I'd rather be pushed away, I think, than the fact of being out of the scene.
That's fair. Okay, so yeah, she pushes you away. You're quite further away. She is now relatively safe by herself, and she I think she's gonna continue heading towards her armored carriage.
Yeah.
What are you guys want to do stuff? Yeah.
I think we're back up to me. We've all had a go since the porta potties. So, well, we did not push bombs into the big city hand thing. I did make a big explosion specifically as a distraction. Like that's what I did effectively.
Yes.
Could Hicks use that distraction to prowl his way up the statue and like scramble rock climb the statue and just push the city on top of her anyway?
Just literally do it yourself. Flashbacks unneeded. Yeah. Just push it over.
Flashbacks, yes.
Well, the misdirection lets you do that, doesn't it?
Yeah,
yes, it does. You get a +1 die.
From misdirection to prowl my way up it, and I will take out my sledgehammer if I need to, and smash the arms holding the city and drop the thing.
Okay. I will leave it to, I think you will have to prowl to get there. I think that can be a setup action for then your wreck, both of which can benefit from your distraction.
Sick.
Nice.
So I will do prowl first.
Because I don't think it's just the next roll that benefits. It's any rolls that take advantage.
Yes, anyone that it has to be like chained. It has to be the same series of events.
Yep. So yeah, let's do the setup for prowl. This is desperate. You're literally climbing, and like this is a thing where if anyone looks, they can see you.
Yeah, fair enough. Desperate effect. It doesn't matter.
This is setup. Yep.
I have +1 dice. I roll.
Nice.
I got a 6.
Okay. So you get there. No one sees you. Wreck +1 from the thing as people start.
Yeah. I pull out my fine wrecking tools.
Yeah, this is like you probably need to cut some of the wires because they aren't just like wires; they're like thick cords that are also acting to hold it there.
You just climb it, you just pull the hacksaw out. It's just
it's basically a giant snow globe that is like glowing with electricity of Duskwall. It's a snow globe of Duskwall mixed with like the plasma globes that you see in science centers.
Beyond, this happens in that movie. My references are pretty straight. Not Beyond. Batman versus one of the Robin with the
Batman and Robin.
The Batman and Robin versus Mr. Freeze.
Oh yeah!
I'm just doing that scene.
Batman Forever?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it
Batman
is.
Forever.
I just a motorcycle race through
Worst reference ever.
No, I love these movies.
Time to cool down.
So good. They're so good.
They know what to kill the dinosaurs? The Ice
Age! Yes, but I would like to roll.
Always comes back to Arnold.
Yeah, position's risky. It's risky, right?
Yes, position is risky. And your effect here, you're pushing us on top of the Lord Governor?
Yeah, just smash her magic shield.
Oh yeah, this is great.
Magic shield beat rock.
You could go desperate extreme.
Do my Find Wrecking Tools pump the effect, or does the Find Wrecking
I
Tools
think that
great?
I didn't realize this. I think I was already accounting for that because that means you can do it extra quickly.
Yeah. Find Wrecking Tools. I'll use the extra die from the setup. So I'll beat a great, and I'll use the extra. I'm not doing Desperate Extreme. I'm just gonna hope I crit.
This would be like you stand and yell at her and say like, "Hey, Lord Governor, catch!" or something like that.
Right. Listen. You're rolling the same amount of dice, but if you do Desperate Extreme, you crit on that, you might just get rid of her.
And if you use Desperate Extreme and fail, she'll like throw it back at you with magic or something.
Yeah, we're not doing that. I will use my special armor to cause chaos, though.
Oh, okay. So it goes no matter what happens, it goes rolling into the crowd.
Yeah, I could use my special. I could expend my special armor to when wrecking havoc or destruction to push myself. So
okay, that's awesome. So we don't need a Devil's Bargain.
Yeah.
Could I have used my special armor to do my sharpshooter instead?
To push yourself is yeah. Instead of pushing the stress, sure.
It says push yourself for range combat or tracking.
Go ahead. Yes, you can switch the stress out.
Cool. I'll do that instead.
Okay, so you get the great effect. I think what happens is, whatever type of this is not like D&D Mage Armor where it's still kind of squishy or anything like that. Whatever this is almost an impenetrable force field of sorts.
Brittle.
Sorry.
I think it'd be more brittle than like armor.
That's exactly and so the orb crushes her and then starts rolling into the crowd. But then as it rolls down into the crowd, you see that she's almost like indented into it, still technically unharmed. There's just a Lord Governor shaped hole in the stone. She's in the stage. Literally, she's like planted into the stage right now.
Oh, like a cartoon?
Actually, kind of. Yeah. She pulls herself out of it, and immediately, I think, is going to similarly as the consequence. She is like facing up, so she sees you. Force pushes you. You are much higher than Adric, so she is going to deal 2 harm and send you flying away.
I would like to resist.
Okay. So this is, I think, just soften your landing, or this is 2 consequences. This is the harm and the being sent flying away.
I am resisting the harm.
Okay, so you just roll as you land.
Yes.
Okay.
Rolling prowess.
Yep.
I rolled 3, meaning I take 3 stress.
Yep.
And I take level 1 harm. Fall damage.
Fall damage. 1d6 fall damage.
I'm not sure why I'm surprised as I describe more and more of the Lord Governor's powers. I'm like, yeah, they're a Sith Lord. They're basically a Sith Lord. It's perfect. She gets up. She isn't like stuck in the thing or anything like that. So she gets up, and I think she's getting angry, but she's still gonna do her duty and escape.
I looked at the wrong clock. Sorry.
Is she trying to get to her carriage still?
She is, and it looks like she's gonna start using some of her own magic to speed that up because she's walking isn't working anymore.
Cool. I would like to kill the goats.
That's amazing.
I just want to snipe the goats.
Okay.
What
yeah.
clock does that work
on? This would be probably the clock we haven't seen yet, which is actually kill the Lord Governor. There we go. That would probably just go directly to that. I don't think there's much more that would do that, but you're basically making it so she's stuck here with you.
It would basically like prevent this clock from happening.
Yeah, actually.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna look at my good old friend, sometimes enemy, Steiner, and just point at the goats and go, "You want to do a 2-fer?"
Actually, I think that's the best thing I'll do. I'll increase the size of the clock to an 8 clock because it's still empty. So I think obviously he doesn't talk when he can, so he shrugs, nods, lines up the shot to the left one. You got the right one.
Yep.
All right. So your effect here will be standard because of his help. You just shoot them both at the same time. Your scale is upped.
Nice.
Your right now, there were some shots. I think this is still risky. People are still looking for you. There are guys on the rooftops. Yeah.
So risky standard. You know what? Let's do desperate. Great.
Okay.
Does that make the clock any bigger?
It can't be bigger than an 8 clock, so I don't think it would do much. But you could do the extra die. I leave it to you.
It's mostly for the extra die. That's what great does.
It's fair. Sure, you know what? Just for the extra die.
Okay. So this is the other people on the roof know where you are and are trying to close in on you. That's how desperate will work here. Your shots are tracked.
Desperate great +1 die. Any devil's bargains here?
You find out that they know where you are when a shot clips your shoulder for level 1 harm.
Oh, no thanks.
Okay.
6.
Okay. Good. Okay, so let me delete this clock and replace it with an 8 clock as the ghosts just, they get shot. They collapse to the ground. The governor stops.
Steiner and I are already moving.
Yeah.
Rule number 1 of snipers, never shoot from the same place.
Exactly. Bullets whiz by you guys as they realize where you are. None of them, though, hit you. And, you're already packing up and moving to another location. You have this whole U building to work with. You just got to avoid the others. So, I think next we'll cut back to Grine. Costa has double axes. And if you don't attack first, she's just going to come in swinging. Quite literally.
Nope, I'm not going to attack. What I am going to do. Point to the roof where that shot just came from. It's like, Costa, there's your target. Do you want the other snipers to be able to take your kill?
What is your intent here, is my question.
To make her disengage from me and go after the Phoenix.
Okay, just full on switch to just forget the Lord Governor. Okay. She responds, and that's me stating your effect will be none, and says that's not my job anymore. Your effect is by default none.
I can give you some help with this.
You could help. You could push yourself. Yeah. She's had a year. She's totally gotten over the Phoenix.
Fair enough. All right, that was a gambit. I was going to try to use Sway.
I could get you an extra die that might help.
I leave it to you. If you push yourself for greater effect, then this will at least distract her, for her to look at where the Phoenix is enough for you to get away. She's just still staying by the Lord Governor and go chasing after him.
Because I could have my good old bird do a little flyby.
Yeah.
Favorite thing about GMing is the tough choices.
Now, if that doesn't work, and I would have to spend the stress anyway.
You're doing something else entirely.
Possibly. If that doesn't work, I just got to check something.
Okay.
Okay. How heavy is that armored carriage?
Quite. If you're asking if it's too heavy for you to lift, I need to see the ability to see what limitations are, or if there's weights that you can. Here we go.
Doesn't have a weight.
It doesn't mention the weight. Objects. I think it's heavy enough that you'd have to use the stress to cause numerous objects to move and focus all of that extra power on just the carriage. So it would cost 1 extra stress, because it is.
Okay, so it would be 3 stress to use it as a weapon and throw it at her.
Mm-hmm. Run her over with the ghost carriage. Run her over with the ghost carriage.
Yeah, forget picking it up. Just
push.
I mean, she's on. You're on. I think you're on the stage still. Your Lord Governor is Costa is. So there's some stairs. I don't think you can just push it up.
Over.
But
it has all
yeah, I'm basically gonna do the same thing the Lord Governor's been doing. Pick that thing up and throw it at Costa.
Okay. Awesome. So
is that even like? What do you roll for that?
you're using it as a weapon, so I think it would actually still be skirmish. She's trying to hit you with an axe while you throw a carriage at her.
You are ambushing with.
It's not an ambush. It's not an ambush. It is Grind's choice. I think skirmish fits best.
I'm actually thinking Prowl fits best because he's trying to talk to her and like subtly moving this thing with his, you know.
It's
She's not expecting a carriage to come at her back.
yeah.
Okay, but I think it will be limited effect. I think she is not. She is keeping an eye on the carriage because she's trying to get the Lord Governor.
See, the thing is, I'm already at -1 die. Skirmish would be a 1 die roll for me, so I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Prowl with limited effect is still 1 tick on the clock.
Well, what it depends on what your position and effect are. You could bump that.
True. I think she's just. I think it's risky because of what you said. She's still attacking you, but she's not attacking you head on. She's taking a second to reply to you and attacking you. I think it's risky. Limited.
Is getting out of combat to chug a vitality potion something that might be worth it?
Those don't work on me.
Yeah.
Right.
So you could push it to desperate standard, too.
Desperate standard. Desperate standard.
2 ticks is not that much better than 1, though.
No, keep it risky. Just seeing if I have anything I can add to this in. I sort of disagree with the limited effect, though, because armored carriage, if it hits her, should be more than a tick.
That's true. You're right. I was thinking more that she was keeping an eye out for it. It's not sneaky, though. The thing is, it's
maybe it starts desperate because she knows it's there and is like half looking at it.
Then we can have it effectively be desperate standard. Not because of a changing of it, but because she's more aware of it. But if it hits her, yeah, it'll really hit her.
It hits her. It hits her. It hits her. It doesn't matter if you see it coming.
Yeah. Okay.
It can still miss, but
true.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing then.
Okay.
With crap dice, let's see what happens. Brian was never making out of this live. Let's.
I believe in you.
That wasn't the plan.
It's a 4.
I believed you did it, kinda.
Okay. So, I think. Yeah, no, this is just a fight. Most of the consequence of your art is going to be harm. She can't get to you in time before she sees the carriage coming. Her eyes open wide, and with her superhuman reflexes, she throws one of her axes into your chest. Level 3 harm. And she then is hit by the car and driven back. Off of the stage herself. Just off of the stage, her in the car. She is quite injured. But she's not... You have this cinematic feeling. She's not out of the fight quite yet. She's probably quite beaten up, though. And yeah, she throws an axe into your chest. Resisting that?
I cannot.
Okay.
You could try.
I have 2 stress left.
Okay.
Do it. I believe in you.
I mean, I could either trauma out now, and the rest is up to you guys,
Fair.
or I can just hold with level 3 harm.
Maybe trauma out next time.
Is there anything you can do to heal?
Hunt.
Eat the Lord Governor. Absorb her strength.
If that's the case, so basically you need to hunt, you need a person?
The only way I can heal is with a downtime activity to hunt people.
Okay. We no longer have the physical ability that allows you to ignore this.
Nope.
I could deal with my ex on my next turn.
Okay. So, Adric, I think.
Actually, hang on. Give me a read on this. Primark,
Okay.
check my character sheet.
All right.
Under Vice. Because it says also when you feed, erase all level 1 harm and mark 4 ticks on your healing clock. So could I just grab someone and feed off of them?
Checking. What ability is it, or is it not?
It's
it's
in
replace the
Vice
entire
description
section.
under heritage and background, the Vice description.
Yeah, it says also when you feed.
I will say yes, you can, but it'll take some time. Like, feeding is not just give me a quick snack. It is gonna take it's a few minutes.
My next action is to jump on Costa and feed
while she's down.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So
do it for a couple turns in a row here, but yeah.
Let's see how that goes. As she like crawls her way out from under the car, are you just like standing there? She still has an axe. You see there's like bad bruises on one side of her face and blood trickling down from some wound on the top of her head. Like she looks badly wounded.
No, as soon as I see any movement at all, I'm sinking my teeth into whatever flesh I see. Not stopping to stand there, not dramatically giving a speech, fuck that. Feeding on this bitch.
There's a leg, okay.
But their arm is like dangly from where the axe is like in your shoulder. It's not really working right, so you're just feeding.
Okay. She's still gonna try to hit you while you're doing that. Are you doing anything to stop her, or are you just like holding her down while you feed on her? Vampire strength, trying to beat this enhanced strength?
Just pounce on her, hold her down, and feed.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's
skirmish, actually. This is just holding someone down physically.
This seems less desperate, though.
No, for you this is controlled.
Nice.
So
she's under a carriage.
She is under a carriage.
Gonna bite the.
Actually, I'm gonna change it to risky because of everything else. Someone might shoot you or stuff like that. It's risky. It's not desperate though. And you'll feed. I think that'll be the effect. I think it'll probably also, because of the fiction, will be limited effect on harming her. She'll be weakened and like dizzy from the loss of blood.
That's fine. That's not the intent.
Yeah.
Okay, one die. Let's find out how this goes.
Do you want a devil's bargain? Ooh. No. Okay.
In the arms of an angel.
Off comes the hand with the axe into your skull.
I don't think it's from her. I think that there's a sound of metal on stone behind you.
No, there's not.
And I'm actually not dealing harm as this. You pull away just in time to see this 8-foot tall metal sentinel-like hull standing before you, ready to just not mindlessly, emotionlessly butcher you.
Can that be resisted to have it not exist right now?
I might trauma out, but if no one else will, I would like to resist robots.
No, I'll resist robots. That's
okay.
Fine.
I guess this is a social thing. This is a social consequence if they know where you are. Or it might be perception. We'll double check. But my question is, I guess, how are you resisting? Is it
just the one?
It is just the one, though you saw more before.
Okay. Then I've got to I've got decent odds on how to narratively do this. I'll lead it away because I'm probably going to trauma out.
Okay, I think that makes sense. Also, it's usually against the rules to resist a narrative consequence happening, just the mechanical effect of that consequence. Like, they still shoot me, but I don't take as much harm. So this is, you're not put in a desperate position from them showing up. You are ready for them. Or like, you aren't in a desperate position. You've already backed away before they arrived. It's like that. And then, yeah, leading them away is perfect. It's part of that.
Okay. So I'm resisting with...
Let's double check resistance, because this one, I think, if it's something about knowledge...
Insights, deception, or understanding. Prowess is physical strain or injury, and then resolve is mental strain or willpower.
Then it will be the first one.
Insight.
Insight will be it, because it'll be they know that you are here.
Minus 1d still applies. Shit.
No stress.
4.
Okay. So, I think you don't trauma out, you lead them away, but now it's just gonna be, we'll see a chase scene between you two later.
Yep.
Risky position. There are more, but you don't see any more yet, luckily. Okay.
Adric.
Yes. Adric.
So I've been chucked across the courtyard.
Yeah, we probably
Exactly
see you like skid to the skid along the ground and
you can 3-point superhero landing and then.
That's what I mean, like a kneeling skid, skidding on your feet. And you are probably there's barely a crowd now. Most of them have left. And you're in the middle of where the crowd would be. You're like I said, about 20 meters away from everyone. Probably less. You're closest to Costa. She's now finished. Well, it's having some. So she's still like crawling her way out from under the car.
Okay.
She's.
I would say that yelling to Skurlock that now would be a good time to, help us in any way, shape, or form would be good, because we obviously can't do anything against those defenses. And then I think I'll just risk it. Narratively, it's so much more fun.
Do that one.
Just traumaing out. What does traumaing out look like when you trauma out on Rage Essence?
Blood. You lose yourself to the blood rage and start massacring.
Blood for the blood god.
Yeah, that means any fail in the future, it's Adric just comes off from.
Yeah.
Adric turns into the wild cat.
Yeah. The avatar of Korn, embodies you, and you turn into a giant ringed red demon.
But yeah, I think that makes sense. I mean, a hull has appeared. I don't like hulls. I've just been completely ineffective. Yell for Skurlock so somebody else can take on the woman with crazy arcane powers, and say, well, this always makes things better, and down some Essence.
Okay.
You take 2 of those syringes and inject it into yourself.
Or you just open up the syringes and drink it, because they're broken anyways.
No, like an adrenaline needle in your own heart. You just.
Okay.
Jab.
Adric, you're on Rage Essence. Everything feels just better now.
Everything slows down to combat speed.
And the reason I'm actually, no, if Grind's out of the way, Hicks has been sprung away too. Yeah.
It's just
I was asking about traumaing out because I was going to resist, can't tell friend from foe, but if no one's nearby.
There is no
one's nearby. Only enemies.
Zayd is on the rooftop. It's just you, Costa, and the Lord Governor.
Fire at will.
In which case, let's down some Rage Essence and go for Costa.
Okay, Costa's just pulled herself up when she when she sees you coming.
Yeah, with an axe.
With an axe, she has a limp.
I meant Adric's axe.
Oh, Adric's axe. Yeah, she's an axe too.
I sadly, I'm going to be smart and save those slots for armor and not an axe. Stick with the dagger on this one and just
Okay, so attack. This is risky. She can still deal some damage, but she's definitely not in prime fighting condition anymore. And I think this is because Rage Essence increases your strength, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then it's great. You will,
Okay.
if you get a good shot in, you will just kill her here and now.
That is definitely worth it.
Just do
Risky
it.
great. Sure.
Okay. Do you want a devil's bargain?
Sure. I like hearing them.
Okay. After this, you will be put in a desperate position as several of the soldiers on the rooftop see you in the middle of the clearing attacking the main soldier and start shooting at you. After this.
I don't really feel a need for an extra die here. We'll see how it goes with 4 anyways.
Okay.
But thanks. And the answer is, that was interesting.
You needed
At
the
least
die.
I got a success.
At least you got a 4.
Costa's gone.
Costa. So
Oh, it's so poetic. I kill your rival, you kill my rival.
exactly. I think like Costa may not be on rage essence, but she is still very much a fighter at heart. So I think it's just one of those things where it's like two samurais run each other with their swords, but it's axes this time. And then we see both are wounded, but one falls and one doesn't. You take level 2 harm as she falls to the ground.
It's the anime, you like run past each other.
Exactly. There's probably like a good 30 seconds of you guys talking in Japanese at each other before one collapses.
No, it's in Scav.
Yes.
No subtitles.
You have
Just,
No subtitles.
Yeah.
Just quickly rotating camera conversation.
Yeah. I think Costa might monologue about how her what her regrets in life are and her Scotland honor and what that means or does not mean to her, given that
And my conversation is pretty much gibbering. I'm on rage.
Yeah,
What you
exactly.
Yours is yelling. Yours is just like the charge up yelling vocals
It's
in between the cuts of her dialogue.
Yeah, it's Anakin yelling, "I hate you," basically.
Hold on, I got it.
Yeah. Anyway,
she dies. Do you resist the harm or do anything with that? It's level 2.
I have 2 level 1 harm, so there's nothing to resist it down to. I'll just take it. If we have the ability, I'd love to quickly chug the vitality potion I've got, though.
No one is. You resisted. There are. I think no one is actually stopping you right now. Lord Governor's trying to get out of there. But now we do see Skurlock, Syrah, appear on the rooftop. Not in Phoenix gear, though. And they jump down to either side of Lord Governor. Lord Governor basically like almost force jumped her way, and she was going to. She doesn't. This isn't like rooftop Hulk jumping kind of thing, but she was just like running faster than one should. Mid-air, she gets tackled by Skurlock into the ground. They start effectively fighting. Skurlock and Syrah, when we catch up to them and when you guys join the fight, I will make a roll of fortune to see how that fight is going. But they're effectively pinning her down and fighting her right now. So, Zaid, the Phoenix, what are you doing?
I think it's actually Indigo's turn.
Is it Indigo? We want to see
I need to process.
I'm across the plaza.
You need to process? Okay. Then Hicks, yeah, you land really okay.
I take 1d6 full damage.
Exactly. You're prone and then you get up.
Prone and I get up. It's half my movement. I can't make it all the way back.
Yeah, no, you're actually further away. You're just outside of the block because you got pushed sort of backwards past the back of it. You're kind of out of the way.
Java juice. I can just.
Sorry.
No, I honestly don't know what I can do at this point. Did not expect another level of clock behind deal with Entourage. I thought the next one would be Lord Governor can be stabbed.
Yes.
I pushed the big city. I'm kind of running out of.
It's up to you. What I will say, and it would definitely occur to you in character, even though if you don't act on it, is currently no one is looking for you. You could slip away.
God, see, the thing is, I know what Hicks is gonna do. It's not gonna help anyone. He wants to survey the situation to see if he can find our guys that were here before we have to get out to see
Smart.
Oh.
Find the kidnapped gang.
While
Yeah.
everyone's occupied, if we could find the gang, so we could get them out when we leave.
Okay.
Like that's what Hicks would do. He'd be looking because they're part of the operation too, even if they're not main characters.
Yes.
Humans don't have main characters in real life.
Exactly. Okay.
Just coworkers that have been kidnapped now.
Yes.
So he's gonna look for the kidnapped coworkers.
Okay. This is risky. While no one's actively looking for you, they might have guards.
Risky.
I've got a failure if possible.
Yeah.
Is this? If he fails, I'll suggest.
Okay.
Yeah,
this is limited. I think you will be able to find some of them, but they might not all be kept together unless you push yourself.
Limited. I cannot push myself. I don't have 2 trust to spend.
You could change the position for effect though.
Yeah, this might be desperate standard. We might be doing desperate standard because I would like to be able to find all of them.
Okay.
No man left behind.
I think this is this is survey. It could be prowl if you want to like just literally run.
Would prowl be a different position?
No, actually, in this case, prowl could be prowl is exactly the same because you are moving from place to place looking for them.
Prowl is exactly the same. I will do prowl.
Okay.
So desperate standard prowl roll to collect the goons.
Okay.
Do I have a devil's bargain?
I think
we learn who the mole is.
That's not a bad devil's bargain. That's still not that's a failure result.
Okay.
I think the devil's bargain here. I think they're injured. Actually, is my devil's bargain. They're not just captured; they're like been captured, and some of the soldiers have been spending some time beating them up.
I don't like that. I'm not gonna do that. Does my fall damage impact this?
Yes, especially this would give you a limp, lesser effect for prowl.
So this will be.
This would be down to limited again. Desperate limited.
Desperate, limited. I can't devil's bargain for an extra die?
You can devil's bargain for extra die, but you cannot devil's bargain for extra effect.
That's what it was. Okay.
You can only push yourself.
Bargain for extra effect. I'm just gonna roll.
Okay.
Yeah. 4.
Oh boy.
What happens to be out of 4?
Well, it is literally you find them, but and it's a desperate but, so it's a really bad one. So, I think we see you run into the like you find one of the rooms. It's empty. There's like a bunch of people. I think you see the I think it's not like they're kind of merged now, so it's not just like the night crew and the morning shift or the night shift. They're just one. So I think you see a bunch of the gang tied up, gagged. Run over to. I will ask: is it Henner or Stasia? They're both there tied up. Henner. Okay, Henner's there. You pull his tie down, and he looks at you. Yeah, and then you realize they were shaking their heads no as Henner says, like, boss, it's a trap. They're here. And you hear footsteps from behind you. As
the door closes and the lights go down as we go to the next person.
Yes, exactly.
Man, I think what Zayd would do...
Actually, before we do that, the door closes, the lights go down, and there's a cracking of glass smashing and a flare of heat. As someone sets the house on fire and barricades you into it.
God!
Desperate.
Oh, that seems alright. That's a twist.
Really putting Rising from the Ashes to literal meaning, huh?
Oh god. Oh, alright. Well, I have my own problems now. You're not, guys.
On that note, let's go to break.
Oh.
Going to break on a barbecue. All
yep,
right.
We'll be back in a few minutes to see the end of everyone, apparently.
Oh, God. We're all dead.
Hey, listen, I've taken no damage. I'm good.
Yep. We'll be back. Thank you, everyone.